just the plot. Like the kids, obviously, they're not going to get any of this humor, whether or not they care about all the filthy.
But then
language.
again, I never got any of the jokes in Meatballs when I first saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't until 10, 15, 20 years later you watch Meatballs again. It's like, oh man,
there's so many 80s movies I could put on that list to where I just thought they were humorous, funny, and didn't actually understand the jokes.
If only we had a list for that.
I know. We should totally do something like that.
Maybe talk about it for a while.
Let's talk about that and get something going. I guess now it's time on our show where we rank the movie based on our fan review in the IMDB review. It's a 10-point scale, and the average between our reviews, both me and Steve, and IMDb will be put on our mega list. So, Steve Z, what did you think from an overall, final thoughts and rankings for this movie?
So I love this movie. It still makes me laugh out loud at many places. Again, far from a perfect movie. However, man, this was hilarious. I will recommend this to anybody. If they don't like this type of humor, I'm sorry for them, but to me, this was great. So my ranking is a 7.75.
That's, kind of along the same lines as me. I would say about the same thing. I thought this was a hilarious movie. I obviously admit that this humor is not for everyone, and I know a lot of people aren't going to get this humor. It's not so much where you have to grow up in the 80s to understand the humor. It's not like some of our previous movies where, like The Wedding Singer, where you didn't get the jokes if you didn't grow up in the 80s. It obviously helps in this movie with just the little things, but if you're a fan of any type of dry, sarcastic, weird comedy, I think you're going to have a lot of fun with this movie. I ended up giving it about 7.2, and then I dropped things.
I don't have high hopes for IMDb yet. They probably.
IMDb gives this movie a 6.6, so we both come in a little higher. Do you have the math on that?
By our scores combined, 7.18, which puts this as the number one movie on our list, slightly above Independence Day, which was a solid 7.
We need to review more movies then. I mean, nothing against Wet Hot American Summer, but wow.
Of the 4 we've done,
of the 4 movies we've done, this is the highest ranked.
Yes.
And I'll admit, I had more laughs watching this than any other movie we have reviewed so far.
In our defense, I did rate Independence Day higher.
And that's all you. It's all your fault. Secret pizza party.